Welcome back. You're watching News9. The GST reforms have come by the way of a Diwali Bonanza announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman late last night. It does mean that GST slabs will now be rationalized to a standard 5%, which is a merit-based category, as well as a standard 18%, and a third slab of 40% will also kick in. This means that all the essential existing tax slabs will go away. But what does it mean? Let's break it down quickly for you. What does it mean by the way of savings? How much you, the common man, will save by the virtue of GST rationalization? Now, quickly, as far as the prices of two-wheelers and three-wheelers is concerned, the vehicle prices are substantially expected to go down. Should you be buying your vehicles up next? If you are buying a vehicle or planning to buy a vehicle from 22nd of September onward, which is when the GST reforms will kick in. Remember, the ex-showroom price for small cars will likely have dropped down at least 12.5%. Now, this because the vehicles category is now taxed lower from 28% to now a standard of 18%. A car which was about 5 lakh rupees will now be down by at least 62,500 rupees come 22nd of September. So any person who is hoping to buy a vehicle, there will be Diwali Bonanza for you. Prices of larger SUVs and cars may also see a dip. Now remember, there were conversations on whether expensive cars, SUVs, if they will be kept in the higher bracket of 40%, which is the sin tax, whether that means that you will pay more for SUVs and larger vehicles. Well, there is now more clarity coming in for if you are hoping to buy a bigger vehicle, even that vehicle will be now lower than what you were paying in the existing GST regime. And that is because dip is because of the 40% sin tax instead of the earlier 43 to 50% tax, which included cess. Remember, vehicles were taxed at 28%. There was a 22% tax, which essentially means that large and big vehicles were taxed at 50%. Now that will go away. So all your large and big vehicles will also now be taxed at 40%. So good news there, even if you're hoping to buy a bigger vehicle. Now, moving on now to what the GST has done for essential goods, which essentially means goods that we consume on a daily basis and may result in better health for all people in this country. Now, as far as the nutritional access is concerned, GST has ensured that all essentials, including paneer, are now taxed at 0. So paneer can now see a drop of 15 rupees to 25 rupees per kg when the GST slabs kick in. Avocado will be taxed at 5%. GST slab earlier, remember, on avocado was 12%. So from 12% to 5%, avocados are going to become cheaper for the average consumers out there. Avocado prices can be dropped by at least 7 to 12 rupees a piece. So I'm hoping that they were 100 rupees essentially up until now. They may now be about 88 to 90 rupees a piece. Now, pasteurized milk will also be now charged a 0% GST, which was earlier taxed, remember, at 5%. So this means that milk prices can see a drop of at least 5 rupees a litre. So a good news for every common man out there. Your milk prices will essentially now go down come 22nd of September. Let's now quickly talk about the third essential bracket, and that is the electronics. Electronics prices are also going to substantially go down. And why is that? Because electronic appliances will be taxed cheaper, at least 10% cheaper across all categories. Let's see what are these categories. Now, large TV screens will now be made cheaper to the point of about 2,000 rupees. Dishwashers will be cheaper by about 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. And all the other essential items, including your ACs, refrigerators, will also be now cheaper. For refrigerators specifically, about 2,000 to 12,000 rupees, depending on the size of the refrigerator that you're hoping to buy. They will now be made cheaper. So 3 categories, especially when it comes to whether GST will have dramatic ramifications, implications for you and I, would be across the consumer electronics segment. It will be across essential items which ensure that you and I are able to have better nutritious food as well as buy a vehicle. So from mobility point of view, electronics point of view, as well as a nutritional point of view, GST there reforming the way of life for Indians. We will, of course, continue tracking all those updates, but that's all we have on the show. Thank you very much for watching.